Yo, 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 what it do, what it do? Hey, we know you just saw that fresh new intro. Wasn't that shit sick? Well, we couldn't agree more, guys.
Right, we just collaborated with our boy Omar at Sun City Vibes to help create an intro that would take our podcast to the next level. Do you need help with your video editing and content creation to help elevate your business to the next level? Well, Sun City Vibes has you covered without a doubt.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Whether it's a logo reveal, a music video, drone footage, or even t-shirt printing, guys, hit up Sun City Vibes for quality work and affordable price. Shit, Omar even made us a sick-ass hat. Look at this.
It's a fresh-ass hat.
Fresh.
Shit's fresh.
Fresh.
So yeah, guys, go help support those that support us and hit up our boy Omar and tell him Chris and Misa sent you from the podcast and help support a local El Paso business today. Let's go. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Today is Saturday. It is June 26th. It is approximately 11:37 in the AM here on a beautiful morning in El Paso, Texas. As always, guys, co-host of the podcast, Mr. Misael is here. Say what's up to the podcast, Misa.
Yo, 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 what it do, what it do, what it do?
In the producer chair, our boy Wes from Watch Out Loud is here. Say what's up, Wes.
Good morning.
Hey, there you go.
Damn,
and for
dude, that's
special,
the best one.
yeah, that's a good intro right there. Finally, for episode number 81, guys, we have a very special guest. His name is Mr. Richie Ryan. He is a midfielder for the El Paso Locomotives. He's also played in England, Belgium, Ireland, and Scotland. Say what's up to the podcast, Richie.
What's up, everyone?
How
Happy
you doing?
to be here.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Give him a triple horn, Misa. There you go. Mr. Richie, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast today. Shout out to you for giving us a little bit of your time. You're the second local player we've had in here. The first one was Mr. Cheeto and Toco, so shout out to Cheeto.
Shout out, Cheeto.
So yeah, for the people that don't know you, Mr. Richie, can you go ahead and introduce yourself to the podcast a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm Richie Ryan, from Ireland, back in Europe. I'm 36. I've played professionally for this is my 20th season. So yeah, I'm coming towards the end.
Hell yeah, man.
Are you on that Peaky Blinders show?
No, I think I might be better off on the show than playing football.
Dude, that's crazy, man. So you've been playing professionally 20 years. That is a very impressive thing.
Dude.
You know what I mean? So you started when you were 16 years old. So we'll get into that right now.
Bro, I was eating dirt at that age.
Right. you still are.
Yeah,
you still are eating dirt.
I can't
right
even
now.
read yet.
So thank you for joining us today, Mr. Richie. We're going to get into your story real fast. But before we do that, guys, make sure you're following us on Facebook, liking us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. And before we get into this podcast, guys, you know, there's a celebration or there's a tradition unlike any other. It's called the cracking of the celebratory beer. And it sounds like this. So cheers to everyone. Cheers to everyone who's listening. Cheers to everyone who's watching. Cheers to everyone who's here. Blue, thank you for being the man in the back.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to indulge. Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, dude, beer tastes like so much better in the mornings.
Right.
Like the earlier, the better.
Right. Something about a beer in the AM just makes everything about life better. Yeah. So, Mr. Richie, take us back to you growing up in Europe. You were born in Ireland, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was born in Ireland, Tipperary in Ireland. Family's all still living back there now. Yeah, grown up in a rural area, very countryside area. Not much happening but sports.
Right.
A lot of Irish sports that people are probably not aware of, so I won't bore you with that. But soccer came in as number one for me.
Right.
From a very young age. From like 5-6 years of age, I started playing soccer, and anybody that knows kids growing up back in Europe, it's the number one sport for everyone.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is it something that you just like everybody is just playing at all times since they're young?
Yeah, pretty much. Me, all my friends, that's all we done.
Jesus.
Opened the door, went out, played soccer every day, and kicked.
See, Chris, that's what we should have been doing at 8 years old, instead of drinking beer.
Instead of drinking beer,
that's what we're doing at that age out here.
No, I know, but still, the Irish, they like to drink too. So I'm sure that you guys had some beers after the match sometimes, right?
Not at 6 years of age.
He's like maybe at 13.
Yeah,
13.
Closer to 16. But it was brilliant. My childhood was brilliant.
Right.
Growing up back home, know, where I was from, there was like the age of kids I was playing against was it varied from 10 to 18.
Right.
It didn't care. You all played together, and
So they didn't split you up like they do
groups.
here in age groups here.
not really. I just learned playing with my friends, and like it wasn't so structured at that time.
Right.
I think it is now, and you've got to be part of this age group and that age
Right,
group.
right.
And, yeah, I learned a lot growing up from playing with kids that were older than me because they were harder on me.
It makes you tougher too,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, so you have to deal with things, and I was smaller than everybody else, so I had to figure ways out to fit in, or I wasn't going to be allowed to play.
It's like, I better get good or else I ain't gonna play.
So you said you grew up kind of like, I looked up the place where you were born. I can't pronounce it, but it's a small village, right?
Yeah, a small village called Temple Tui.
Okay, Temple Tui. Okay, I thought that's how you pronounce it, but I didn't want to come over here and badger the name.
Please,
So
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, you do well to find it on Google Maps. I
right.
think.
So how big is that village, people wise? A population of what are you looking
I
at?
think the last time we checked, it was like 450 people.
Holy shit!
wow.
Dude. Wow.
Jesus, that's how many people live. Like all of Chris's family.
That's like how many cousins I have just in El Paso. Wow, that's tripped out.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's,
Christ.
small-
And so, what
small
was
place.
it like? Were you the only sibling, the only child, or did you have?
No, I've got younger brother and younger sister.
Okay, and were they all into soccer as well?
Not so much.
Not so much.
My brother just couldn't be bothered, basically. He had lots of ability, lots of talent, but I don't think he was as driven as what I was.
Right.
If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. So like what else, like if you're not playing soccer, then what else are you doing like while you're growing up? Like I know you said there was other sports. Can you give us an example of another like sort of sport that you would play if you're not playing soccer?
Yeah, there's an Irish sport. It's probably nobody's going to be familiar with it. It's called hurling.
Hurling?
Yeah.
Hurling?
Okay.
But if you get a chance, you should check it out on YouTube.
Okay.
And that's a proper man's sport.
What's the premise
Are
of
you
that
like
sport?
hurling each other out the window?
So you've got
You're hurling each other out of the window.
you might be better off if you were.
Yeah.
So you've got a wooden stick, and there's a small ball like similar size to a baseball,
Right.
maybe a little smaller. And basically, you hit the ball with the wooden stick. It goes in the air. You put your hand up, but if you put your hand up at the wrong time, there's going to be another player
Oh.
potentially whacking you.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I think that's illegal here.
I think we need to look into that hurling.
It's like a harsher version of lacrosse.
lacrosse.
Okay,
Yeah.
true. Damn, that's what's up, dude. So when was it clear for you that you wanted to play or pursue soccer professionally? When did you know that?
I'd say I moved to play for like a schoolboy team in Dublin when I was 12, and that was where all the scouts for the UK, for clubs in the UK were. And from 12 until I was 16, I'd been over to 12 different clubs in England to go on trial. So around 14, 15, I had a good idea that I was going to get the opportunity.
Right. And then your opportunity ultimately came with Sunderland, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for people that aren't familiar with Sunderland is a very prestigious club in England football. There's been one American player that I know played for Sunderland, Josie Altidore. He was a striker for the national team. So when I saw that, I kind of was like tripped out. I was like, dude, you play for Sunderland? Like that's a big deal. You know what I mean? And for, like I said, the people that aren't into soccer as much as like me or Mr. Richie or anybody else, like that's a prestigious team. That's kind of like playing for like an NFL team at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Funny story, actually. There was another American at the club. He was in the first team when I was one of the younger players, called Claudio Reyna.
Oh yeah, I know him.
I used to clean his boots.
You used to clean his boots?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Damn, that's wild. So Claudio Reyna, yeah, he used to play for the national team. His son Giovanni Reyna actually plays for the national team. He plays with Borussia Dortmund too.
Yeah.
He's a very talented young kid. So you used to clean this guy's boots?
Yeah.
Was that part of it because you were the young one?
The youth players used to have jobs.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Each youth player had a couple of senior team players to clean their boots, and then it'd come to Christmas and the senior players would look after you with a little Christmas bonus of money or Claudio used to give us money and some pairs of boots.
Oh, nice,
Damn,
dude. That's what's
dude.
up. That's cool. So at least they would hook you up and say like, hey, thank you. Here's a little cash. Here's a little something for what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Here's better equipment to clean my shoes better.
Here's a new brush.
Here's a new brush. brand new brush and some like polish and shit.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
go ahead,
exactly, yeah.
shine it up. That's what's up, man. That's cool. That's crazy,
Damn,
dude. So like when you're playing for Sunderland and you're 16 years old, right? Because that's is that the age you can sign professionally?
So I signed when I was 16 and moved away July 2001 when I was 16. And then I turned professional on my 17th birthday, which was January 2002.
Oh, shit.
On your birthday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Dude.
I don't know if the rules are still the same, but officially you couldn't become a professional
Until 17.
until 17.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so like at that point, are you completely like, what happens to your schooling at that point?
What school? School's for fools.
Well, but no, I know, but like the way that the academies are like, well, and you can excuse me if I'm wrong on this, but from what I understood, like being in the academy, it was part of like doing academics as well, right?
Yeah, it was. Some kids were more clever than others. I was one of the not so clever ones. So we used to go to college three half days a week, but the kids didn't really invest much time in it. And
right.
Once I got into the first team, I just didn't go to college anymore.
Right. That was it. Right. It's just that shit goes out the window at that point.
And now I've got 0 qualifications whatsoever. So
oh, that's crazy, dude. I can't imagine being that age, being so young and already being a professional athlete. What do you remember about one of the first times you were actually part of like training with the first team where it felt surreal, where you were like, wow, I actually made it?
I don't think I ever actually made it in the first team at Sunderland for various reasons, but there was one training session where I just had one of them training sessions where everything clicked.
Yeah.
And I felt really good.
Right.
And all the first team players were telling me, well done. And you know, it sort of made you feel like you deserve to be there. And then I pissed it all away. So
why do you say that? What do you mean that you pissed it all away? Why do you say it that way?
I was young, immature. So I made some bad decisions. Being away from family, I didn't really have
somebody to look up to. And
I didn't have like a
support system
right. around me, you know. And I moved in, lived on my own when I was 18 and a half. So I just made shit decisions.
Right. And you're so at that age, you're living like, you're not living with other members of the team. Are you? You're living completely on your own?
Yeah. When I went first, I lived with a family and we had like 6 or 7 players in a digs.
Right.
And we all lived there together, and that was good fun. And then when I was 18 and a half, 19, I decided to get a place on my own, and probably the worst decision I've ever made.
Right.
Yeah. I've been there, dude. I've been there, man.
Yeah, not wise.
Right. And so you just chalk it up to just being young and not like having that guidance, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I struggled after I played for the senior team. I struggled with injury the following year, so I was injured for 10 months. I had two hip operations.
Oh my god!
And I was only 19, so during the rehab time, I had nothing to do. So I was making the wrong decisions all the time as far as going out partying.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anybody around me to say you're doing the wrong thing.
Right. Yeah.
Like my mom and dad were back in Ireland. They didn't know I was going out partying. They'd call on the phone and I'd see the number come up on the phone. I'd be like,
yep.
I'll call
him back later
tomorrow. Yeah.
Right.
I still do that sometimes. Sorry, mom.
Sorry, mom. I know you're listening.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people don't understand how tough that can be being so young, being in that position where so you have success in front of you, but at the same time you have all this temptation and all these things that would lure you away and kind of put you off track. But it's kind of like what you said. You didn't have anybody to stop you and tell you, hey, dude, you're kind of messing up. Maybe straighten it up a little bit.
Yeah. What a lot of people don't understand as well is like when you're in that position, what it takes is full dedication to it.
100%.
100%. And a lot of people can't comprehend that thing. And it's like, hey, I'm already, in this situation now. I could do this, and that. And
I just feel like you go through different tests in your career, and that was a test for me that I failed, but I've been tested since then, and because of that experience and what I've learned from that, I've dealt with different tests in different ways.
Right. Yeah, dude, that's wild. And I'm a huge soccer fan. I play a lot of FIFA, and that's no, I swear to God, bro. Honestly, like I remember
that qualifies you,
bro. I've never I played one game.
Bro, Chris.
No, I played one game of pickup soccer because here in El Paso, dude.
I thought you were going to say you played one game of FIFA there.
No. I played millions of games of fucking FIFA. Millions of games of FIFA. But one thing that I regret about being when I grew up playing a lot of baseball. And baseball's cool, but now I look back and I'm like, dude, I should have played fucking soccer. Soccer would have been so much funner. It would have been more engaging. Because baseball, depending on what position they put you in, if you're in the outfield and little league, you don't get a lot of action. You know what I mean? It's kind of boring. But what I was gonna say is I played a fuckload of FIFA, right? And FIFA is kind of what got me into soccer. I remember getting FIFA World Cup 2000 fucking 6 or some shit and playing that and using the American team to win the World Cup, which seemed so fucking crazy of an idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you got to do it in a game, bro.
Well, yeah, dude, that's the only way we're going to win a fucking World Cup at that point. So, but
it's getting there.
Well, yeah, we're getting our squad's getting better, dude. And what I was going to say is that when I looked you up, I was doing some research and you were actually featured in FIFA 13 or 14, I believe. And it was pretty cool because I saw your game card and everything.
No
and I was
way.
That's him.
Yeah, that's a long time. That didn't last long either, did it? You seen how slow I was, and they took me off the game the next season.
They're his pace needs some work, man. We got to get him out of here.
Did you ever play it?
FIFA?
Yeah.
Not now.
No.
Not now. Got the kids. I haven't got time to go to the bathroom.
Get the kids into it, man.
No chance.
No chance.
That means more money, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, man.
True,
yeah.
They're only 6 and 3, so I'll wait another few years for that.
Yeah.
So what was the club that before you moved to the US when you were playing internationally in Europe, what was the club that you made your most appearances at?
I would say Sligo Rovers in Ireland.
Right.
That was when I sort of I'd fallen out of love with the game for a little bit.
Right.
From leaving Sunderland and going down the leagues in England, and then had a year in Belgium, which I enjoyed a lot. But then the coach left in Belgium, so it was time for me to move on then as well. And then when I went back to Ireland, I fell back in love with the game, and we had a lot of success at Sligo at the time. We had a great group of players, great coaching staff, great manager. So that was a.
Did you ever get to a point where you thought soccer is just not going to be in your life again? You probably just had to drop it and do something else.
There was a couple of conversations where I had to have with myself,
right?
Whether it was going to keep happening or not. But that was more me just needing to screw my head back on, and dedicate myself the way I needed to make a success of it.
Yeah, I think that's just so scary to be in that situation where man, you've given all you this time, in this sport, and then is this really worth it? Is this something I really want?
Yeah, it was always something that I wanted, and I was never willing to give up. So yeah, I just had to have a few look in the mirror,
some heart-to-heart conversations with yourself.
No, you've got to be honest with yourself at times, and it's not always somebody else's fault. You've got to take a certain amount of responsibility and accountability yourself.
Right.
So you played for Sligo, and this was from 2008 to 2011, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where you said you fell back in love with soccer, right? Mm-hmm. What was it about that team or playing for that club that kind of made you rekindle your love for the game?
Winning.
Yeah. It matters, bro.
I think so. Yeah,
that's what it is.
It
gives you that confidence.
Yeah, it's huge. It's why you play the game,
right?
Especially at a professional level, you want to win.
Right.
You're playing for your livelihood, really. So Sligo's a unique place because in Ireland a lot of the clubs are in Dublin, are the bigger cities, and Sligo's a smaller town on the west of Ireland. So a lot of players came from England, Dublin, different parts of the country, and we lived in the one little area. and the manager was really clever with the personnel and the players that he brought. We were all like mid-20s at the time.
Yeah, young team, yeah.
Young core. And he just built a culture and an environment that everybody wanted to be part of it. Everybody got along together. The chemistry was brilliant. You looked at the fella next to you, you knew he was going to give everything he had for you on a Saturday night. And then, we just started winning games. And
damn, dude, I feel like playing soccer right now. Let's go outside, guys.
We just started winning games and going out and celebrating together, which made it even better. So it was, it was brilliant. It was 3 years that I look back on with very fond memories.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Who was the
ones I can remember?
Was there a lot of this involved? Oh, yeah. Was there a lot of this?
Not that exactly.
But that was part of the manager's
his philosophy.
Yeah, part of his recruitment. He wanted us to
have fun,
to enjoy our lives. Yeah, which I think is hugely important. If you're working hard Monday to Saturday night as it was then, and you're winning, then go and have fun together. Right. The main thing is that you're together.
Hey,
who was the manager at that point?
His name was Paul Cook.
Paul Cook.
He's he's the Ipswich Town manager now in England.
Oh, nice, dude. So that's cool. That's badass.
He's gone on to do good things.
So when he was the manager there in 2008, how old was he? Was he still like a pretty young manager at the time himself?
Yeah, I think he was like 40. 41, 42.
Right.
Acted like a 21, 22 year old.
Managing a football team, a soccer squad. That's what's up, dude. But I guess that's the way you said that was the appeal of going to play there. You played with a manager who kind of felt like he was your age.
Yeah, he had a connection. He was a very good people person, and he knew how to get the best out of his players. And he never tried to change anybody's personality. He allowed you to be yourself, and he encouraged you to be yourself.
Right. Is there one single thing that you would say that he taught you that you still believe is prevalent in your life today?
Probably work hard, play hard.
Hey,
I think it's important. You know, we're very fortunate to have a job that we all love, but there's more important things in life than football as well.
Right.
And you have to enjoy life to the max.
There you go. Well, very well said right there. That was good. Round of applause.
Hey, Wes, can you write that one down, please?
You have the notepad.
Thanks.
So
I've got the notepad. I just read it off the notepad.
So you have 2 kids, right?
2 kids, yeah.
2 kids, and you're officially married?
Yeah.
When did you get married?
March 5th, 2016.
Okay. So about 4 or 5 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah.
Okay, nice. That's what's up. And your kids are of what age?
Little girl is 6, little boy is 3.
Okay, wow.
We have another one.
You got another one in the oven?
Congratulations, you got.
There you go.
Another one due in August.
Yeah. So you're building yourself a little midfield there, aren't you?
Fighter side team coming up.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's what's up. So, and your wife, you met being in the States or?
No, in Scotland.
In Scotland?
I played in Scotland.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice. And then eventually you guys made the move over here, right? How did like you played for FC Cincinnati first, right?
No, we went to Ottawa in Canada.
Okay, so you're in you played in Canada?
Canada for 2 years in like it was the NESL,
right?
North American Soccer League. So there was a couple of teams in Canada and the rest of the teams were in America.
Right. And what do you remember about like coming to, I guess, North America in general? Was it a big like culture shock?
Not really. Like it was just me and the missus, and we didn't have any kids at the time. And it was like,
sounds fun.
Yeah, that's exactly the way we looked at it. Like a chance to go and see the world.
Right.
I'd played in Ireland, played in England, Scotland, and I was like, let's just go and take a chance somewhere else. And
let's go on the other side of the world.
Yeah, exactly. And go and see different places that we probably never would have seen before, or never would see if I stayed playing back in Ireland or the UK. So we didn't do any homework on coming over. It was like, oh, here's a contract. Okay, yeah, no problem. I'll sign it. Let's go.
Get your passports and let's hop on this plane.
Yeah, hopefully they approve the visa and let's go.
Right. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously the level of soccer and competitiveness to me, I feel would be higher in the UK because of everything you mentioned. Soccer is engraved in the people. It's engraved in the towns. It's engraved in the clubs. And it's not that really like, it's not the same here. Like here, you still have your passionate fans.
It's like a lifestyle over there.
Yeah, over there, it's just a lifestyle, dude.
Yeah.
Here, it's like your fans are your fans. You have your diehard fans, but over there, like people like live and breathe for their club. So when you got to North America, Canada, and then the United States, do you remember looking around and being like, where is that? Looking for that passion?
I remember saying to my wife, I miss the supporters giving me abuse.
What's going on with
because
you?
Like,
they're doing that because they care. They genuinely care.
They literally want you to be shit.
Right.
Like, opposition supporters, they will shout things that I probably can't say on here, but
you say whatever you want.
Stuff to get a reaction out of you, to make you go make a bad tackle or to get sent off or whatever.
So they would like
that.
Antagonize you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They try to get in your head so that way you mess up and fucking, like you said, slide fucking studs up into a player and then
he comes over here and all you hear is like, hey man, maybe next time, bro, you'll be all right. Keep your head up, bro. You'll be cool.
Yeah, it's that was something I found hard to get used to, because it was something that I'd experienced for 11, 12 years at that time.
Right.
Was playing against opposition fans and them just abusing you as a person, as a player, saying stuff about your families and everything. They don't even know your families, but they just say it anyway.
Right.
And it's like, I came here and I remember one game in Ottawa in the first season and we got absolutely tanked 3-1 at home. I think it was against Tampa Bay. And it was like, it was okay to get beat. It's not okay to get beat.
Right.
It's not okay to be shit.
Right. it's never okay.
It's not. It's like,
right.
And like,
it's telling the truth.
Boys are high-fiving fans and fans are saying, oh, great game today. It's like, it's not a great game. We just got beat 3-1.
Right.
You should be telling us it's not good enough. It's not
Do better, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Like,
go home.
Go home.
maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, but that's what I missed when I came first.
Right.
It was like, it was too nice.
Right.
And yeah,
dude, I think I would love to be a fan out there and just be able to talk shit to your, like, because I mean, if you think about it, like a lot of people here when they're cheering for a team, it's like, you know, oh man, that's my favorite player. Even if he sucks, you're not gonna be telling them like, yo man, you're a piece of shit today, bro. You better come back or else I'm gonna switch teams. You know, like
just, maybe not be that hard.
Yeah,
not that crazy, dude.
Just need to have a talk with your mom. You know, I don't know. But I don't know. I think that's why a lot of people here, it's like, oh, I'm not going to be mean to like my favorite player, my favorite team. You know, maybe the other guy is like, you piece of shit. You know, but
the good thing about El Paso, I think there's quite a lot of soccer heritage here with being so close to Mexico and stuff.
Right.
I think there is a football atmosphere.
I was born with a soccer ball in my hand.
Yes, dude.
I wish.
This guy.
But I think
I was born with a soccer ball.
People can relate more to the game.
Right.
Whereas like the atmosphere at our games is brilliant. It feels like a proper game.
Right.
Yeah. And like the fans actually give a shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you win, lose or draw. So it's
right.
There needs to be pressure on you playing professional football.
Right. Yeah, even if like and like some people can say, well, it's only USL. Well, no, it doesn't matter. It's fucking professional like soccer. You know what I mean? MLS teams, they have their like LA Galaxy 2. That's the second team for the professional, or not professional, but for the MLS side. You know what I mean? So there is that high level of competition even in USL. And it's crazy because the Locos have had very good success so far as a franchise, as a club, in a very short amount of time. They've already made the Western Conference Finals. They haven't got it to the finals yet, but they've been deep into the playoffs. So obviously, Mark Lowry and the staff, they're doing something that's making the team play at a high level from season to season. And so I think there has to be something said about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been good success over the first couple of years, you know, for a first year club to get to the Western Conference Final. Right. And then, okay, we got beaten the last minute of extra time. And then last year we got to Western Conference Final again. It's not luck, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into it behind the scenes to make sure the team and everybody's prepared to do the work.
Right.
What I want to know is, I want to know Mr. Richie's reaction first time ever coming to El Paso. He's flying on the plane. You're looking out the window and you see this whole desert area, no trees, maybe one or two around.
Just bush.
Just bush. What did
One
you
or
first
two
think?
trees? I don't even think you can see one or two trees from this guy.
You got to have money to have
Is
trees.
there one or
around
two
here.
trees?
He's all, where they at?
He's like, where do you guys get wood to build stuff?
Where do you get wood, dude? It's all mud houses.
But yeah, like Misa said, like when you're flying in to El Paso, right? And well, I guess let's backtrack a little bit. When they talk to you about, hey, Richie, you want to go play USL in El Paso? You want to go be a locomotive man? Like, what's up with that? Like, how do those talks happen? How does all that start?
Yeah, so it was quite an easy decision for me because I'd worked with Mark Lowry before
Right.
at Jacksonville. So I'd built a friendship and a relationship with Mark over the last number of years. So when I was coming to the end at Cincinnati, Mark gave me a call and said, look, do you fancy coming down? And I know the way Mark wants to play the game. So it was an easy option for me.
Right.
And then coming down and getting here on the plane was unique.
It's very nice of you.
Bro, I greeted him at the door. Took a picture with him.
I love how like you put it. You're like, it was let's just say unique.
Yeah.
The nicest way to say it.
Yeah, it is a unique place.
Right.
It is a unique place, and it was very different to any other place that we've been to in America, that we've lived in America or Canada. But I will say one thing: it's a place that grows upon you very quickly, especially for me and the family. And for me, I walk into a dressing room with 25 other players. I'm going to build friendships with 2, 3, 4, 10, however many. The thing I worry about most is my family and my wife and them building a network of people that they enjoy being around. Right. I think El Paso is a place that my wife has found it very easy to do that. Right. And she has a good network of friends around her now as well.
That's
nice.
good, man.
That's what's up.
That's
man.
El Paso. That's all El Paso, right?
And
there.
it's interesting that you say that, because not a lot of people would think like part of like a footballer's life is making sure that their family is comfortable wherever it is that they're playing, because ultimately, like you said, you do it all for them. So you want them to be in the best position as possible and to be just as happy as you are. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want your wife to be here miserable, always with the kids, can't find anyone to hang out with, can't find anyone to talk to. And for you to say that El Paso has kind of brought that to her, that kind of shows like light of how us as a community and a city, how welcoming we are.
Yeah, definitely. Happy wife, happy life, isn't it?
Right.
Hey, there you go.
There's another one.
Hey, write that one down.
Yeah, I just got married recently, so I got to write that one down.
There's a bit of advice.
Right.
Happy wife.
So,
happy life.
what was that again? Happy wife equals, wait, happy life or happy wife? Which one? Which one comes first?
Make
the
them
wife?
The wife, because
I think what it is
happy,
like
she's not happy.
Right. That's true.
I think what it is like a lot of people here from El Paso always grow up thinking like, oh, I just want to live outside of El Paso, but they don't. So when somebody comes in from that, never lived in El Paso, that's like the closest they get to like being outside of El Paso. So they're just so like welcoming and like, tell me how it was over there where you come from. What club? Do they have a Sam's Club? We talk a lot about clubs.
Yeah,
Let me take you to
clubs.
all the other clubs.
We'll take you to the nightclubs. How about that? But yeah, dude, that's
There's not
crazy.
many of them in El Paso, though.
No. So honestly, like El Paso is kind of like in a weird way, like it's a big city, but then it's not. Like we don't have a lot of like the big city attractions. Like we don't have like like a impressive downtown with like a lot of nightlife where we have like things happening every single night. We have things that happen.
We have Western Playland.
Yeah, we have Western Playland, which is like a third tier amusement park at that.
It's like
with
Six
one
Flags.
roller coaster.
Six Flags from Wish.com.
Right. But El Paso is unique like that. We have a huge population. The area of El Paso, Ciudad Juarez, Las Cruces, all the way to Fabens, way out there. It's a huge area and it encompasses a large amount of land and a bunch of people. But yeah, we don't have that big city feel. But at the same time, it's kind of cool in that aspect.
Whether you're in a big city or a small city, you're going to find things that you like to do.
Right.
And you're going to continue to just do them things.
Yep.
And not being in a big city means less traffic. So
Right, that's true. That's true.
unless you're on the I-10 and there's a crash.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they're doing construction that has yet to be completed for the past 15
construction's
years.
been going on. Yeah.
Is that I-10 or Mesa?
Both. Both. Especially Mesa by UTEP. Good God. Good fucking
Dude, it's
God.
because they start doing construction all at the same time.
If one car breaks down, they shut down all 3 lanes,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, it's a
it's
disaster.
awful.
Yeah. So as far as like living in the United States, you said you live mostly on the East Coast, right? Because you played for Jacksonville, you played for Miami FC, you played for FC Cincinnati, all teams on the East Coast. When you compare like any of those places to El Paso, besides the soccer, like we're just talking about like a place to live. What is it about El Paso that you would say is a little bit better than living in somewhere in like Miami or in Jacksonville or in Cincinnati?
I think each place that we've lived in has had things that we've liked and things that we've not been so keen on.
Right.
Miami's outrageously nice,
Right.
but the traffic is a joke.
Right.
Like you literally, you couldn't go outside your, like 5 minutes of your apartment from 1 in the afternoon until 7 in the evening.
Jesus Christ.
Rush hour all fucking day.
Yeah, it's like rush day.
Yeah,
Rush day. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Rush day. The fucking traffic
You
don't
go on the
stop.
wrong road, you're stuck in traffic for an hour.
God damn it. I've been to Miami one time, and that's when my sister moved to Fort Lauderdale, and I drove with her over there.
Never went back.
And we went to Miami, and it was cool, but like, yeah, dude, the fucking traffic is another fucking level over there,
so for us, Miami was brilliant to live there for a couple of years and just experience it.
bro. Right.
But it was never going to be home for us.
Were you living like in Miami, like in the city of Miami, or
No, we were
living?
like 20 minutes north in
Okay.
Aventura.
Okay, so you weren't in like South Beach,
No.
because that's where like Miami is wild in South Beach. Like,
What about the
Down there
weather,
a couple
man?
of times.
The weather. Where have you been where you enjoy the weather the most? Because I'm thinking like El Paso, out of all the places that you've been,
Yeah,
it's
it's been unique everywhere. Yeah.
completely different.
he's like, what do you mean it's 105 fucking 10 days in a row, dude? What? Like,
It's 2/3
I haven't seen rain since I got here 3 years ago.
2/3 summer, 1/3 fall. Kind of.
Yeah, the weather. The weather's been like in Ottawa, Cincinnati. You have 4 seasons, so
right.
you get the snow, you get the grey skies, you get the rain, then you get a nice summer.
What's
Nice
what's
spring.
snow?
You should go up and have a look.
Dude, I don't want to go to Ottawa, dude. There's so much snow over there. I'm sure it's cold as
Yeah.
fuck.
It is in the wintertime.
Yeah, dude.
But Miami was probably the worst for weather. Just so humid and
Ugh.
I hate it.
so like it gets hot here.
Right.
But
It don't
it's
get
not-
humid though.
yeah,
can still breathe.
thankfully.
Right.
Yeah, you can still breathe.
Yeah, dude. That's
not,
crazy.
not very well, but you can,
Is all the quality of air here is still pretty bad.
What about like overseas where you play like in Ireland, Scotland, like how in the UK?
that's just shit all year round.
It's just
It's just
Yeah,
cloudy, right?
Yeah, it's just grey and cloudy and rainy and green.
Gloomy.
Yeah.
Right.
green.
Um,
I love that, dude. You see that?
Yeah, but you don't get any sunshine.
That's good with me, dude.
I think you would like it for like a month, and then you probably get sick of it.
People just
Look,
get depressed.
Richie, when I
because
was
there's no
born-
good weather.
When I was born, Richie, I was your color, dude.
That was your
Look at me now.
You were never this facey.
Yeah, dude. I was. I'm telling you, I promise.
And what happened to your hair?
Dude, the heat, bro. The sun.
It transformed your
Yeah,
hair and just burned it.
I baked it, yeah.
Dude, that's so crazy, dude. So you've been in El Paso since 2019.
Mhm.
I'm assuming you've gone around to trying out the food here. Have you?
Yeah.
Mexican food. How do you like that? Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I think you can have too much tacos if you overindulge.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Which I think the majority of the team probably did when we moved here.
Right.
Where are you going? Tacos.
Tacos every
Yeah.
single day after practice. Fucking tacos, bro.
Tacos for breakfast.
They're all drinking salsa in the morning.
I just gotta admit, I had tacos this morning. For
Oh,
breakfast.
you did? No,
Yeah.
you didn't.
I did.
Jesus Christ. There you go. Typical Mexican right here. Dude, that's crazy, dude. So this season, you guys right now, I believe are the last unbeaten team in USL at the moment.
Mhm.
You guys play next weekend, right?
Next Wednesday we play Rio Grande Valley.
Okay. And so that they are actually the team, I believe that's above you in the table at the
Yeah.
moment, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big game for you
Fuck those
guys.
guys.
So, well, yeah, obviously we don't want them to win. We're going for the Locos, but
Fuck them.
fuck them. So that game is going to be a very important game. Like when you guys are prepping for that game, what is the mindset that Coach Lowry has to try to get you guys into heading into that type of
Tequila
game?
shots.
Take a
And
lot of
tacos.
shots.
Tequila shots and tacos.
Take a lot of shots, not tequila ones.
Maybe after the game if you guys win.
Yeah, just the same mindset as every game, really.
Right.
Go and win.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any team that we should fear
Right.
in the USL.
And you guys have a solid squad too, I would say.
I think our squad's got stronger each season. You know, we brought some quality in this season as well, and hopefully that'll take us over the line this year, and we can bring a trophy back.
Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. I took Misa to his first local game I think it was the second one of the season, and I love the atmosphere. The weather was great. The game was really exciting. And I've been trying to take as many of my friends out to the local games because I really do think that once people see and go to the game, they'll get behind the team and support them.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to go to the next one. But I got to say, this guy took me to the game, but he left early.
Yeah, I got too drunk. I drank too much. I drank way too much.
This guy just tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, dude,
I was like, I'm out.
Locomotives got it. I'm out.
That's because you were drinking since 11:30 that morning.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And the game didn't kick off till damn near 7:30, man. Shit, by 9:00 it was bedtime, I would say.
Yeah, dude, that was
blurry, dude. But yeah, so it was funny that you mentioned the Western Conference final that you guys lost in the last minute. I remember watching that game, and you guys picked up a red card. And so you guys were down a man, and you played down a man for almost 120 minutes. You guys were right there, and they fucking scored on I think it was like a corner kick, right?
Yeah.
And dude, I remember watching that on ESPN Plus. They score, and the whole fucking Loco team collapses on the floor like that. They just, all of them just in unison, just fucking
just tired.
Because they gave it their all, dude. They played tied the whole game, and they were down a man. They went 120 minutes extra time. And fucking right at the end, right when they're about to get to penalties and have a chance to win it at a shootout, they fucking score off that corner kick. And I just remember.
Are you trying to make me cry here?
No, dude, I was crying for you, bro. Trust me. And the reason I know that it meant so much to you guys is when you literally see everybody collapse at the end. And they were probably like, I would have started crying, honestly.
Chris called me that day. And I couldn't understand him, but I knew it was bad because he was like, red card, 120 minutes, corner kick.
Yeah, dude, but that game made me fall in love with that fucking team, dude. And I was like, dude, these guys have the heart of any fucking soccer squad that I would want to support. And when I saw that, dude, I was literally like, impressed, you know what I mean? Especially
we
like
were devastated.
I was devastated, dude, like because I was super excited that you guys had made it that far. But for it to end that way was really like it kind of like humbled me, and I was like, damn, man, that that must be tough to be a player going through that.
Yeah, well, it was tough, but I think, like I said earlier, you learn from every experience. At least we got the penalties last year,
right?
And we lost on penalties. So
right.
hopefully we can get one better this year and get the penalties and win.
It's like what Kelly Clarkson said: "What doesn't break you makes you stronger."
Keep going.
Is that what she said?
That's all I know.
Kelly Clarkson said that. I'm glad that Misa's over here living his life based on what Kelly Clarkson said in a song 15 years ago. Such an absolute banger, by the way. Great song. Great song. This Kelly Clarkson. Yep. Yeah, dude. So, yeah, dude, that game, I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to make you cry, but it made me cry almost. And so I just wanted to revel in that and talk to you about that. You know what I mean?
Thanks for bringing it up, dude.
Dude, that's fucking crazy, dude. But anyways, like best of luck to you guys on Wednesday and the rest of the season. You guys have had a very successful campaign so far, and I know you guys will turn out the season the same way. So yeah, like shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the local players. Dude, give them a triple horn for that.
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Richie Ryan, First off, I just want to thank you for being here today.
No problem.
Usually we do the podcast a little bit longer, but you said that you have some things that you need to get. So you got some kids you need to take care
Priorities, man. Priorities.
So we
Happy wife, happy life.
right.
Hey,
Right. So
they're waiting outside in the car right now as we speak.
So explain
locked in
that
the
to
car.
me one more time, Richie. You said the wife is happy first and then the life is happy, or is the life happy and then
Chris is like, where do I write beer
Right.
down? When do I write beer down?
Yeah, I'm really bad at math. So if you could just clear that up for me.
The wife has to come first.
Okay, there you go.
Love it.
He's a smart guy, man.
Yeah.
Full of wisdom, Mr. Ryan is here.
So hopefully, I hope we could get into these IG stuff, these pictures that we found that I've been wanting to talk to you about.
So the share is messed up on the
Yeah,
Zoom, so we're not
I've
going to
been
do
trying
that. So that was
Been trying to fix it this whole
right.
time.
That was our fault. But
Don't need to share them pictures.
there are some IG pictures we wanted to talk to Mr.
guys could
Richie
look 'em
about. But check him out on his Instagram. Where can they find you on Instagram, Richie?
Richie Ryan 20.
Okay, so look him up on Instagram. You'll find plenty of pictures, interesting stuff on his Instagram feed.
I just want to know real quick. I saw in there, you and your buddies dressed as Smurfs. How was that? Me and Wes were talking too. Like, how was the whole cleanup on that, dude?
Oh, it was bad.
was your shower
It was
just
really bad.
was your shower just blue for like a
The
week?
the
after?
walls in the apartment, because obviously we'd had a couple of drinks as well. So
That's what I was saying, dude. And you start sweating and stuff, and then you lay down, you pass out, before you shower. or
Every
something.
bar's chair is blue now, and they all.
it wasn't that bad. So we had blue tights
Okay.
and a blue t-shirt, but it was blue paint all over our arms and our face. And
Your whole neck was covered in
Your
blue. I saw that
legs.
shit.
Yeah.
But was it worth it?
oh, it was definitely worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, that was back in 2007, man. That was a good
Halloween-
14
Halloween
years ago.
2007
Where was this at?
in Antwerp, Belgium.
Nice.
Damn,
See?
dude. That's what's up.
We got to do Halloween over there. Dude.
It seems like you really
Definitely
enjoyed
recommend
your time in
recommend
Belgium, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was
Okay.
brilliant. It was a different way of life, different
Right.
culture. And
We got to get over there. We got to get to Europe, man. I haven't been to Europe. I
Hey,
really
Blue,
want to
pack
go.
all this shit up. We're going to
We're
Europe.
going to Belgium. We're going to Belgium.
yes.
But yeah, so Mr. Richie, what we want to do with you right before we get this podcast wrapped up, we have a little segment that we call random categories. We're just going to shoot you some random categories real fast, this or that style, and then you'll go ahead and we'll do this fast spitfire. And,
That's right.
get
It
you
is
outta here.
time for this brand new game here at Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, hosted by your boy, Chris Marcus.
Hey, okay, cool. So this segment is helped produced by our boy Christopher Molina. Shout out to you.
Shout out, Chris.
And holding it down in Portland, or not in Portland. What did I say? He lives in Portland or Oregon, Bend, Oregon.
Bend, Oregon.
So I got a few random categories. I'm going to shoot at you rapid fire, Mr. Richie, and then you'll just throw them right back at me. So first one, are you guys ready for this,
Yes,
Wesley?
I'm absolutely
Okay,
ready.
Mr. Ryan. First one, NBA or MLB?
NBA.
Hey, good one. There you go. Okay, number 2, Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Messi.
Messi? Dude, that was like
I
no
am
hesitation.
Glad, I'm glad he
You
said
didn't
Messi.
even finish your sentence.
I know. I said
As soon as
Messi,
I
and
heard
you said
Messi, I was
Messi,
like,
right? I was gonna say Messi room or Messi car. Okay, so all right, sweating or shivering,
Sweating.
Coke or ice cream,
Ice cream.
chocolate or vanilla,
Chocolate.
1K a month for life or 240,000 in a one-time payment.
1K a month for life.
Hey, breakfast or dinner,
Breakfast.
biking or hiking,
Biking.
zombies or aliens,
Zombies.
salty or sweet,
Salty.
In-N-Out or Whataburger.
Not a big fan of either.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a first.
Same here.
What?
That is no way.
They're just burgers.
I haven't had In-N-Out burger yet. So.
Oh my God. I'm going to take you to Whataburger after this and I'm going to get you something.
We're gonna send him some.
Okay.
If you win the next game, you get a Whataburger. How about that?
And last one, Drake or J. Cole?
Drake.
Hey, there you go. Nice. There you go. Hell yeah. Give him a round of applause for that, Lisa. There you go, guys. So those were our Spitfire categories with our boy Richie Ryan here. Real fast so you guys can get to know him a little bit better. Obviously, he doesn't like Whataburger or In-N-Out. So that's a problem. That could
But
be a big problem.
he does like tacos.
But he does like tacos, so
Yes,
he's good. So yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for giving us an hour of your time. It was really cool to get to know you, get to talk to you. I love talking to any of the local players. You guys have amazing stories, and to have you guys playing in El Paso, just know that me and the podcast, we support the squad 100%, and we try to go to as many games as possible. And so thank you for that.
Not leave early.
Richie. And not leave early because we drank too much.
And we won't be extra nice if you do lose.
Yeah, if you lose, you're gonna hear me, bro.
Yeah,
you're gonna
You
hear
won't
me.
want to come back.
Yeah. I'm going to delete that episode if you don't win.
Go home.
Yeah, dude. So let's go ahead and go around the studio here. We'll give our final thoughts on today's episode, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Wesley, final thoughts on today's episode.
It's early. I had a blast hearing all the stories. Sorry that we had some technical issues, but I still feel like it was a really great cast.
Right. It's not a podcast unless we have technical difficulties.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? 81 episodes, still can't get it right. Misa, final thoughts on today's episode.
Yes,
man.
Mr. Richie Ryan, man. I always love talking to professional athletes. I think they're it's just crazy when I really think about like professional athletes. That's what they do as a job. Like I think of like these like Olympians, like these like master people that like I can never beat or anything like that, you know. But it's just much respect to you, man. I wish you much luck. Congratulations on your family, Chris. Good stuff, Wes. Keep it up, my guy. Blue, these beers haven't been this cold in a long time, bro. Appreciate it. Everybody listening, guys, thank you very much. Make sure you guys stay safe and stay fresh.
Mr. Ryan, final thoughts on today's podcast, man.
It's been a pleasure to come in and chat with you. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to listening to it.
Hey, wait, before you say something, I gotta ask, do you know Conor McGregor?
No.
Okay.
Do all Irish people know each other?
Hey,
Is that
maybe.
what-
I don't know.
It's a small country, but it's not that
It's
small.
not that fucking small.
He's not from my small village.
I mean, you've been to Dublin, right? You know.
Once or twice, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had proper 12?
No, I haven't.
No, me
Oh.
neither.
I haven't.
Yeah. Well,
So there you go. Maybe we have something to do next time. There you go.
well, if
How
you
about
ever
that?
do meet him, tell him we said what's up.
So final thoughts
He
on
probably
today.
won't have much time for me.
If you ever do meet him, tell him that I say hi.
He has a bigger chance of meeting him than we do.
Yeah,
bro. What are you
that's
talking
true.
about?
That's true. That's true. That's
don't
very
know.
true. But you know, whatever.
Whatever,
right?
dude.
Whatever. Dude.
Thank you, anyways.
Okay. So final thoughts on today's episode, Mr. Ryan. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for being so cool and actually responding to my messages on Instagram. It was really nice. I really do value your time and you coming over here and chilling with us and chatting with us. I really enjoyed your story, man. I want to personally invite you for round 2 anytime.
No problem.
If you get some more time on your hands, maybe sometime in the off season, we'll do this again. We'll talk some more football, if you will.
As long as the wife is okay with it.
Yeah.
As soon as that third child arrives, I'll be looking for a bit of time out of the house.
There you go. There you go, dude. So yeah, guys, give him one more round of applause for Mr. Richie Ryan, guys. Make sure you guys go follow him on Instagram. With all that being said, guys, episode number 81, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, liking us on Facebook, subscribing to our YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. We are There you go.
Yo, what I do? Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast is sponsored by top quality and handcrafted products made by I&I Glass. I&I Glass products are blown here locally in the 915 and range in uses from pipes, pendants, jewelry, decorations, and even goddamn motherfucking hummingbirds, and much, much more. So make sure you go and hit up our boy Aaron Lee at I&I Glass and tell them that your boys, Chris and Misa, sent you, all right? And you go and support a local El Paso business motherfucking today, all right? Thanks.